So to be in the top 10% of Xrp holders, you need to have over 2,000 XRP. To be in the top 1%, you need over 56,708 XRP. What's up guys, Kevin Cage here with another cryptocurrency update. To kick this video off, I wanted to share this clip by Squawkbox of CNBC discussing sending Bitcoin through El Salvador. Now we know Matt Hamilton has also left a comment in quotes, "It took 2 hours, sometimes 8 hours to get our money through. We held up the line at the supermarket for 10 minutes trying to get this to work. We were double charged. It really is a shame they didn't just go with a more tested, scalable, and reliable network like the XRP Ledger." Let's listen to this quick clip.
El Salvador made Bitcoin a national currency. The country's president has promoted it endlessly, but there are two questions people really want to know. Does it work? And does anyone really use it? NBC's Gadi Schwartz spent 48 hours on the ground in El Salvador to find out.
Hey there, we are here in El Salvador. This is the first country to take the promise and the dream of Bitcoin and actually turn it into an official currency. These are the ATMs where people load up their phones and they can use Bitcoin to buy everyday things. But how does it work? Hey, we finally got our money 2.5 hours later, $199.01. Not sure where the 99 cents went, but money's on our phone. They got special lines for people paying in Bitcoin. Okay, so we got our groceries, but not because we paid in Bitcoin. They said that their transaction had been canceled. It showed that it had gone through on our account, so we're down about $14. This is the second time we've tried to use Bitcoin with Strike Wallet here in El Salvador, and we're 0 for 2.
Wow. Gadi is back from El Salvador now, and he joins us. And Gadi, while you were there, who did you talk to from the government? And how is the El Salvadorian president's administration defending this move to adopt Bitcoin? We should point out that the IMF basically said, don't do this.
Yeah, that's right. But on paper, El Salvador looks like the perfect place to try an experiment, if you will, for several reasons. One of the reasons, there are $6 billion of remittances that go from the United States to people in El Salvador. So the big push by the president down there was to take some of the fees that are paid on those remittances and put them in the pocket of the people down in El Salvador to the tune of about $500 million. So that's one reason. The other reason down there is because 70% of people in El Salvador don't have access to bank accounts. So for them, the concept of having a savings account is almost foreign. I was talking to one guy down there, and he said that, you know, the cash is like water. The second that you pull it out of your pocket, it almost seems to disappear. You spend it. Sometimes you put it down and it just goes away. So having a secure place to keep their money when 70% of people don't have bank accounts is another big reason. And those are the types of reasons that the government is putting forward to try to get this widespread adopted. And the third reason is because of trust. In El Salvador, people trust the president. He's got an approval rating of something like 85 to 90%. When we were down there, every working class person that we spoke to said they trust their president. Now, when it comes to Bitcoin, though, cash needs to work 100% of the time, or any type of currency needs to work 100% of the time. And so you have one bad transaction, two bad transactions, where all of a sudden this thing that you have on your phone either gets lost along the way, or the balance doesn't show up, or you put money into the ATM there and it takes 2.5, we've heard up to 8 hours for it to hit your account. There's a lot of sitting there. There's a lot of waiting there. There's a lot of anxiety. And so for the people of El Salvador, most of them have tried it. They were all given $30 of Bitcoin at the beginning of this experiment. They went to the grocery store. A lot of lines formed. We held up the line there for 10 minutes just trying to get it to work, and it didn't work. We ended up being double charged. So just one experiment like that, and most of the people in El Salvador said that they're not using El Salvador to us, but they did say they trust their president.
Yeah, I think that.
So what do we notice here? Well, we notice that they actually call it XRP, the digital asset, instead of Ripple, which is good. And we also see the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, is opposing the El Salvador adoption of Bitcoin. Now, El Salvador, you heard, $6 billion in remittances, and the average or global remittance fee is approximately 7%. It cannot cost $100, let alone $14 to send money across the globe. It has to be instantaneous, it has to have a high level of throughput, and of course, it has to be extremely cheap. Ideally, 1/100 1/100th of a penny or even cheaper, so a fraction of a cent. And unfortunately, Bitcoin is not going to answer that problem. So that's why my bet is on a lot of other layer 1 solutions and networks that are servicing the payments industry. Now, Santiago Velez, a really well-respected person in this space, has a great point, and he says that this CNBC post almost seems like a gotcha hit piece, maybe bashing Bitcoin, and he would like to see a better statistical analysis to compare maybe the differentiation between the remittance system today and leveraging crypto assets. I would love to see that, because I guarantee that Bitcoin is still even more efficient than the current fragmented remittance system. And what this deals with is Strike, the digital wallet company behind El Salvador's Bitcoin announcement, which occurred last year. But it seems the International Monetary Fund is backing crypto projects that do not leverage proof of work because of its large carbon footprint. We have Ashish Birla right here, GM of RippleNet. More institutional adoption of crypto equals bringing real-world, non-speculative use cases like payments, real estate, equities, gaming, etc., plus new liquidity venues, plus lower volatility. As the market matures and gets more liquidity, it's going to fluctuate less and less. Next few years are going to be absolutely pivotal for crypto's integration into our global economy. And we have to look at the stats of growing real-time payment initiatives. We have to understand the metaverse is a $10 trillion valued market, if not more. And this also made me cringe. Meta, or Facebook, plans to take a nearly 50% cut, 50% of revenue on their NFT sales in the metaverse. So they're trying to retain control and take a big slice of the pie. This is the exact opposite of what we want to happen. So I'm betting that there's going to be other ecosystems that do eventually beat Meta. And really quick, shout out to Moon Lambo for sharing this. So we have the new Xrp Rich List, or rich-list.info. So this website is back up, all thanks to being created by Swift Bovine. And he's done a great job, so big shout out to him. Definite follow. Let's check out this website. So it takes us right here to the ranking search, and now we can click current statistics. And I love seeing this. We all remember the old Xrp Rich List website. So now you can see the top accounts, how much XRP they hold, how much XRP do you need to be in the top 1% of holders, the top 0.5%, the top 0.1%. Always love seeing these stats, watching how they fluctuate. So to be in the top 10% of XRP holders, you need to have over 2,000 XRP. To be in the top 1%, you need over 56,708 XRP. Also just want to reshare, 80% of all US dollars in existence today were printed in the last 22 months in the last 2 years alone. Absolutely insane. So yes, that inflation rate that everybody's sharing on the news is probably a lot higher. Next up, XRP Crypto Wolf sharing right here from Decrypt, BlackRock. This is the company that owns the world. They are buying up all of the cheap properties. What they're doing is buying up all the homes that are maybe worth 100K, 150K, and slowly working their way up and pushing people out of the middle class into lower classes. So what happens is as they're buying up, eventually they're going to start accumulating all the homes worth over 400K. Then once they complete that, they'll start accumulating all the homes for their portfolio over $500,000. This is creating an even bigger wealth gap because their hedge funds are controlling property and they want a nation of renters. And they're also known as the company that owns the world. Trillions of dollars assets under management. And notice they're getting involved in crypto. Surprise, surprise. BlackRock to handle Circle's USDC, their stablecoin, cash reserves as part of a $400 million funding round. So BlackRock's going to be serving as a strategic partner in Circle. Now, who's directly tied with USDC? Well, Algorand, HBAR, XLM, a variety of digital assets. Solana, AVAX, you name it. So now BlackRock will become a primary asset manager of the USDC cash reserves, which is the fiat currency that's actually backing the Circle-issued USDC stablecoin. And remember, USDC, even USDT, Tether, all these stablecoins that we use for liquidity to trade in and out of the market, they're centralized. They're controlled by a single organization. So it's funny that we preach this decentralized landscape, but we still leverage centralized ecosystems to grow. So the CEO of Circle actually commented on how the custodianship of how all of these, reserves will be held. And notice it'll be split between BlackRock, Ripple partner, BNY Mellon. Remember, BNY Mellon? And what is the gentleman's name? Tim Keeney, retired VC of BNY Mellon, custodying 1/4 of global institutional assets, side by side the co-founders of the XRP Ledger on Polysign.io, and others. And Circle will explore ways to apply USDC in traditional capital markets. And I am not betting against USDC because of this huge backing. Now, yeah, I still hold Tether. I'm not the biggest fan of Tether, and I do like to err on the side of caution. But if I were to hold a stablecoin in bulk, it would be USDC over Tether any day of the week. And even Brian Brooks has always spoken highly of Circle when he was the acting comptroller of currency for the entire United States. So read between the lines, I think that Circle will be safe. And he's always spoken highly of XRP too with Chris Larson. Next up, Gemini, the crypto exchange, launches a credit card in the US. So now users can get their cashback rewards in over 60 different cryptos. And of course, Coinbase has been a step ahead for quite some time. We're going to see more and more exchanges do this. We can also see that MGN Grand is testing NFT ticketing. The Polygon-based platform is adding utility-backed tickets to one of the largest event spaces on the Vegas Strip. So this NFT tickets company actually launched its application last October. And this is all built on Polygon. Reminds me of Kevin O'Leary or Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank. Polygon raises $450 million from Sequoia Capital, India, SoftBank, and Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary. In other news, Ethereum has another delay as expected, so the Ethereum 2.0 upgrade that we will see, the network switch to proof of stake, will come in a few months after June, according to the developers. So Ethereum merge pushed to Q3. And today, there's no doubt about it, Ethereum is one of the biggest winners. Now, there's other competitors that hope to solve some of the blockchain trilemma issues, of course, in terms of scalability and cost. But notice, ETH today is the backbone for many of these blockchain developments for DeFi, the metaverse, over 500,000, 500,000 ERC20 tokens, and the vast majority of NFTs, and most recently play-to-earn gaming, so GameFi. And there's going to be many other blockchain networks that succeed in the NFT space. We know Solana, XRP, HBAR, Algo, a variety of assets are building NFT infrastructure. But there's no doubt about it, as we can see the weekly trade volume of NFTs scroll all the way down. The majority of NFT trading volume that exists today is on Ethereum. And also, Bitcoin continues to range. We can see the Fear and Greed Index is at 28 in fear. Also wanted to share that iTrustCapital, the #1 crypto IRA and 401k platform in the world, has been named in the top 100 list for best outlook in 2022, as rated by their employees. And remember guys, iTrustCapital is linked in the video description. If you fund your account, you also get $100 in free Bitcoin. And keep in mind, there's a variety of IRA accounts included. So we have Roths, we have SEPs or SEPs, we have traditional IRAs, 25 plus crypto assets, best in class security. And the best part is there's no longer any monthly fee whatsoever. So it's just like using Coinbase, except for tax-free trading. This is 24/7 crypto trading. I'm actually still waiting on my Songbird and of course my Spark tokens in the coming months, because I'm getting that airdrop to me in my iTrustCapital Roth IRA account, which is tax-free, so 0% taxes. So I'm growing that as much as possible. And now you can actually open your account with as little as $1,000. Over 2,000 5-star reviews. And I'm hoping they're going to be listing HBAR very soon. And as they've shared with their integration with Fireblocks, they're going to be bringing some DeFi integrations and potentially staking in the future. And last but not least, we have Hodor. This is a big throwback to 2018 CNBC article. The world will have a global cryptocurrency, but it will not be Bitcoin, says the ex-Goldman Sachs president, Gary Cohen. And look into Gary Cohen's background alongside with Glenn Hutchins, American investor, huge businessman. And what has Glenn always said? And he's on the board of some very powerful companies. I believe he's sitting on the board along with Digital Currency Group, so really the epicenter of this entire crypto space. And what is Glenn's famous quote talking about crypto assets and the future of these cryptocurrencies? He says, you're owning a piece of the protocol. So I don't own a piece of a company when I invest into a crypto asset. And Glenn Hutchins has been saying this for several years. So we have Hodor quoting this article. I do think we'll have a global cryptocurrency at some point where the world understands it and it's not based on mining costs or costs of electricity. This has to do with what I showed you in the beginning clip of this video. And he goes on to say, I wonder which digital asset he's talking about. We know Brad Garlinghouse likes Hodor. We know that David Schwartz, so very interesting. We'll keep a close eye on this account. I know he's been quiet for a while. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thanks again to all that like and subscribe. And as always, all links are in the YouTube video description or right here on Twitter. Until next time.